This is not my usual time for a baking live, but I figured that's okay because I missed yesterday's anyway. Let me just fix my camera. And today it's not really a bake along, it's more like I'm recipe testing. So that is what I'm doing today. And also because I don't really have anything like super planned for this week, but I did want to do these sugar cookies. I've been testing a recipe for because it's meant for, like rolled sugar cookies. I know there's so many different types, but this is meant for using cookie cutters. And today I am using this, one of my favorite cookie cutters. I don't know if you could see it that clearly. It is a kitty shaped one. It's like the perfect kitty head shape. And I got this in Japan when I went with my husband last fall. It's so cute. At first I was like, should I get it? I have so many cutters, but honestly, I'm glad I did because it's the perfect shape for the head. Like the perfect, I don't know how to describe it. It's like so chunky. It looks like a little chunky cat. So let me just fix my live a bit just so I can, hopefully I can see the chat this time. I have a second screen on the other side. And I forgot to put the music on. So here we go. Okie dokie. Can I see the chat on the side? Good afternoon, hello. I'm making kitty sugar cookies. Kitty shaped sugar cookies, and it's a rolled sugar cookie dough. I don't know what it's called in other places, but that's what I usually call them, just to differentiate them from, the ones that you scoop and bake with the cookie scoop like I usually do, or like spoons if you want. I have my dry ingredients here, and I'm basically just recipe testing. I want to make sure that this works with like butter that I half melt. I don't want to use fully melted butter because I don't think it'll be really I don't think it'll be that good to roll. So I did like half melted, so it's still like pretty solidified, but like room temperature basically. So I want to make sure that it works without a mixer, like when I make small batch. So that's what I'm testing, and I want to make sure that the texture is what I'm looking for too, and I want it to taste like it's a good base for other flavors. So today I'm just making vanilla because I want to make sure that I don't waste any ingredients since I'm still in the recipe testing stages for this recipe. Let me see, what else did I want to test for? Definitely that it's like friendly, beginner friendly, and even for people who want to use this as like, for their home baking business if they wanted to. I feel like this would be useful. And yeah, I think if you were to make more than one batch, it definitely would be like you would use a mixer to make it easier, but I definitely want like small batch recipes on my blog to be more beginner friendly where you don't need a mixer so everyone can make it. And I think I don't know what else I would really test for, so if you have any ideas for like when you're looking for cookie cutter sugar cookie recipes, like is there anything specific you're looking for? It would kind of give me an idea on how I can write my blog. That's like my recipe for on this blog. Well, what the heck? That was like a tongue. It would help me for this recipe that I'm writing for rolled sugar cookies to post on my blog if you help me get an idea of what you might be looking for on recipes, so that way I can also write it down to help with like any tips and stuff. I don't know why that was so hard to English just now. Hello everyone that's joining. I am making rolled sugar cookie dough. I'm testing the recipe, for one to put on my blog, and of course I want to make them kitty shaped. So I actually have my dry ingredients here. I already kind of mixed it up with my whisk, and I'm gonna mix the butter a little bit more with the sugar. I put vanilla extract in here already. but I can see that there's still a bit more butter pieces, so I'm gonna mix that up. I am going live from New York City. It's currently later in the afternoon. I usually do Sunday morning lives, but I don't. What did I say? Oh, I had plans yesterday, that's why I didn't end up doing it yesterday, but that's okay. I figured for the most part it's pretty flexible, so I decided to just do it today because I had some time and I wanted to recipe test this cookie anyway. Okay, so this is my butter, sugar, and vanilla extract. I used unsalted butter. I did add a few pinches of salt, just so I can control the amount of salt in this recipe. I know some people for cookies, like they'll just use salted butter, which is, you know, completely up to you if you want to use that. I just like being able to control the salt level, so I use unsalted butter. It's funny, I actually just started seeing how like people in comments will say they only use, or like they only have salted butter in their house because they don't want to have too many different types of butter, which is valid. I usually bake with only unsalted because it's just easier for me to control. Like if I make buttercream, I don't want to use salted buttercream because I feel like it'll get too salty. And if I were to use it for what else? I guess, yeah, you can use salted butter honestly for other bakes too. It's mostly just, I think, a frosting problem. Probably some cookies too, but off the top of my head I can't think of it. But I wouldn't really like hate on anyone doing it, but I did see people in the comments, like for other people be like, no, you can't use unsalted butter, it's bad. And I'm like, to each their own, honestly. Hello to everyone that's coming in. I am recipe testing for rolled sugar cookie dough, and I'm making them kitty shaped. Right now I'm just mixing the butter so that way I don't have any like, weird butter spots. So this is the sugar and the butter and vanilla extract. Okay, I think I'm almost done. I probably should have used like a whisk for this, but c'est la vie, you know. Have you ever heard of Wales? Like is it Johnson and Wales University for like culinary school? I think that's what it was called. I don't remember. That's the only thing I can think of when you ask about Wales. I did think about going there before. I went to a different pastry school, a little, I don't know if it's considered upstate, like it's in New York, but like a little above New York City. And I went there for baking and pastry arts. And it's different. I think the other Wales school is like also, it's a culinary school in Rhode Island, and they also give you a degree for it. Some other culinary programs give you certificates. I have the degree for it just because in case like I wanted to teach in colleges culinary arts or pastry arts. Yes, I use unsalted butter as well. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit more versatile. Also because I don't really use salted butter like regularly anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. Wales is a country in the oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about like the culinary school in America. I think it's in Rhode Island. Oopsies. That's true. I'm sure there are like different places called Wales too. Okay, I think my butter should be right. I don't see any spots here. And now I'm gonna add my egg in. And let me see if I can still crack it with one hand. I was doing it like last time, but it's been a while. Well, by a while, it's been like 2 weeks. But this egg, I feel like has shells in it sometimes. No shells! Okay, let's crack that egg and then mix it in. I probably mixed it longer than I needed to, which is not a problem, but I was like thinking, it's because I was talking at the same time. So I ended up not, over mixing it isn't really a problem, but I'm still practicing. Like, I'm doing these lives to still practice, like, giving direction while mixing and, like, teaching you how to bake in a way. And at the same time, I'm also recipe testing this, so maybe that's a little too much to multitask at once. But I do possibly want, like, a baking studio one day to teach people that baking is fun. So this is my way of practicing teaching people how to bake and talking at the same time and teaching. Like, it's different, I feel like, if I'm talking and just chatting while doing something, but teaching, teaching, chatting, and baking at the same time is, like, I feel like tricky, and it's like sometimes I feel like it'll turn my brain to mush. So I still need to practice that. Cute headband, thank you. It's inspired by Kiki's delivery service because I love her. She's so cute. And if you've never seen it, it's like those Studio Ghibli movies by Miyazaki. And I've heard that this also reminds people sometimes of what is it called? Snow White. I could see that too, because Snow White, I think she also had a red headband. I don't remember. I think so. I mean, at least that's what somebody commented. Are all Americans so extra like this? Possibly. I don't think so. Maybe not everyone, but I don't really feel like this is too extra. Actually, no, this is pretty obnoxiously cute, actually, but I love it, so it's fine by me. Oh, did I miss? Oh, yeah. Okay, I almost missed the spot for the egg that was in the butter. Okay, I think I add in my flour mix now. Minnie Mouse. You know what? Yes, I can see this being... I think I actually did hear someone say this reminds them of Minnie Mouse too. Hello everyone that is joining. I'm recipe testing rolled sugar cookie dough recipe for my blog. So that is what I'm mixing right now. Okay, my bowl might be a little bit too small for this, but we're gonna make it work. And okay. Wow, okay. But the flour didn't spill out. Well, that's why I'm recipe testing. Okay. And then I'm gonna try to make them. Have you ever seen those like calico cookies that have? Do you even know what a calico cat is? Actually, it's like the ones that are like white. They have 3 colors: white, orange, brown, or is it dark brown, black on them? Do I even know what a calico cookie looks? I mean, cat looks like. I think that's what it was, something like that. You know, like the tricolor cat? I want to try to make that, but as a cookie, because I saw like other people make it. I made it before, but I'm trying to do it with this recipe, with this cutter for the cat. It's going to be so cute. I can imagine it, but I'm hoping that this works out too. And then if it does, then I can start writing it up for my blog. And if you're also interested in baking, I have a recipe blog that I'm working on this year at sparklecakery.com that you can visit to look at some of the recipes I have. It would be super helpful if you try them and let me know what you think, and if I need to like work on anything. I'm always looking for ways to improve my recipes, like whether it's tips or if like maybe you have like questions I can like write out onto the recipe post in case I missed something, because it's a little bit different since like I'm the one making it. I feel like I might have missed stuff. So if you ever have the time to bake something for my blog, give it a try and leave a review. Thank you. Oh my god, Kiki's delivery service. Yes! This bow was inspired by that, actually. I was just talking about how I've heard people say on my videos in the comments how it looks like Snow White. And someone did mention like, oh, Minnie Mouse. Like, yeah, I could see the Minnie Mouse too. I think one person, I saw a comment before too. I definitely get a lot more comments about it looking like Kiki's delivery service, which is what inspired this bow when I saw it. Oops. Okay, no flower spilling here. But it's okay if it does, because I'll just put it back in the bowl, because it's for me anyway. I do feel like, now that I'm doing it, because for people who are coming in later, I'm making rolled sugar cookie dough, and I'm recipe testing this for my blog. So now that I'm mixing it, I feel like this probably will be a bit difficult for a beginner. Not super difficult. I feel like I can make the dough, but it's definitely a thicker dough because it's meant to be rolled. So I'd probably recommend it in a mixer, like a standing mixer. But I feel like it could still work for bowls, because I can still do it. It's just, you're gonna probably get a little bit tired doing this. So that I feel like I would rather recommend people use this in a stand mixer. I'll probably make that in a note. Like, you can mix it by hand, but stand mixer would probably be recommended. I don't know, I have to think about it, because I mean, that's the whole point of why I'm recipe testing anyway, to kind of get an idea of what notes I can leave for beginners or people who are trying this for the first time. People who are experienced will probably already like know that they'll use like a stand mixer or already have one. But it's not impossible, because I'm still doing it. It's just taking a little bit longer than I would like because of how thick the dough is. So, but that's okay. C'est la vie, I'm learning from trying this now. And I'll definitely make a note of that when I write the recipe for my blog. Hello, people, like, read the comments, okay? It's a little hard to while doing this and reading, but you're right. Gotta get it. I do actually have a stand mixer. I'm just doing this by hand because I'm recipe testing this recipe. I'm recipe testing for those that are coming in later. I'm trying to see if this is beginner friendly and like low equipment friendly for people who don't already have like a stand mixer at home. And I would say, yeah, you can still do it, because I still did it. It's just a little bit like thick, like the dough. But it's still possible. I need to figure out how to make this like probably half recipe, so that way it will, but then it requires 1 egg, so it's like weird to have a recipe that makes you break like 1 egg in half, but we'll see. That's why I'm recipe testing, and I'm gonna use this cookie cutter later, so that way I can make cat-shaped heads. We're learning and living. Yes, that's right. I wish I could watch, but gotta go. That's okay. Thank you for coming anyway. See you next time. I'm trying to do this weekly anyway. Who are you, dude? I am new here. I'm dead. My name is Sharon. I'm a pastry artist in New York City, and I love to teach people that baking is fun and approachable, and it's not as hard as it seems. Definitely some recipes require more skill, and I love like all recipes where it's easy and the ones that take like forever to make. I just love the process of it. But since I'm starting my blog this year, I decided that I'll start with the easier recipes first. And people who are like scared of baking or like new to baking can learn with me as I'm writing the easier recipes first, because it's just easier to start there in terms of writing. And then work my way up to the more complicated techniques. So that way you kind of grow with me in terms of my blog growing, if that makes sense. Because even if I start with too complicated recipes, I feel like it'll take me forever, first of all, to write because of the steps, and I'm still learning how to write them out, so it's easier to understand. And I feel like it would be too complicated for other people who are learning how to bake too. So I feel like it'll just be easier for the both of us if I start easy first. Hi, Brianna. Not for the week of heart. Yeah. No, actually, maybe. Depends. Depends on the recipe. Alrighty, okay. I think I'm done mixing this. Let's just make sure I get all the dough off the spatula. Okay, no more butter spots. No more egg spots. No sugar spots. Dough looks mixed. Perfect. Okay, and this is what my dough looks like. Oh, look at that golden hour glow. The sunlight on it. So cute. She's so cute. Okay, let's move my spatula. Also, I got this recently and I love it because there's no like weird, not weird, but you know how like some rubber spatulas can detach? This one doesn't, so it makes it really easy to clean. And it's like such a minor thing, but I just really love that. I don't have to like try to get into weird crevices. And the fact that it's light blue. Just want to show you that, just because I really love that spatula. Okay, so I have my dough. I think I will first flour my table so I can roll it out. And for people who are coming in later, I'm recipe testing rolled sugar cookie dough. Oh, let me move this, actually, it's blocking my sunlight. So what was I saying? I'm recipe testing rolled sugar cookie dough. And I want to write it for my blog, but I just want to make sure that I test it first to make sure it's like beginner friendly or just in general low equipment friendly if possible, or I just want to like make sure nothing goes wrong, because I don't like when I try, like personally when I try blog posts and I can like tell after trying it that they didn't actually recipe test before they wrote that recipe, like they just did it, and it just ends up being such a waste of ingredients. Obviously, if there's mistakes, like I don't really fault that for other people, but like, you know, people who just like, it's like AI recipes, like I don't trust those especially after I like realize it is AI or it's not real recipes. They're just like throwing stuff online. So this is also a good way to prove that I actually recipe test my recipes, and I figured it would be fun to do it live because I missed yesterday since I had plans. I also had to take a break because I was tired. You know, I'm not gonna do all of that. That's too much. And for people who are coming in, I want to show you the cookie cutter I'm going to use. And I'm going to just take like half my cookie dough to roll out, because I think if I did all of that, it would just be too much. Oh wait, no, I said I was going to do the calico colors. So I should not actually roll that out first. I have a friend that thinks I have like undiagnosed ADHD or something, and like she keeps sending me these meme posts, and I'm starting to see it sometimes, where I'm like, I feel like I go from one point to another point to there. Calico cookies, that's what I was trying to make. So before I roll out the base color, I actually need to color the cookie dough for the cat head. Like I need to color the colors for this cat first before I roll out the base color. So actually, I don't know if I'll use this bowl. I don't even think I need a bowl. I'm gonna take a small chunk because I only need it for cookie. How many colors does a calico have? I'm gonna do an orangey yellow color. So let's take a little bit like this. And then I'm gonna do a darker, like blackish brown. I don't feel like I need as much as that. So I'll do this amount. I think that's it. I don't think I need any more colors because this will just be like my white. So I'm just gonna do that. Oh, sorry, I forgot to look at the comments. I'm like just talking to myself. I've gotten better at like talking live now, but now I feel like I'm just talking to myself. I'm horrible with baking. I can make almost anything you can think of. Baking and me do not agree. You know what, Ashley? Believe it or not, when I first started baking, I was terrible. Like, I tried to make a chocolate cake. The frosting was crunchy for some reason, and it just looked like it looked like a tire for some reason. It was a chocolate cake, and my friend was like, "What is this?" I said, "It's a chocolate cake." And this was like a while ago, and over the years, I had to practice to get better, and I just wanted to get better because it was like one of the few things that, like, few hobbies I really stuck to. And I do feel like it takes a lot of practice, and if you can cook, you could definitely bake. Like, you just have to choose the right recipes that fit with your style, because I heard that people who like to cook, they don't like baking because it's like it's a science, so it's too technical. Like cooking, it's more like you cook from the heart. Is my heart here? Yes. From the heart. So I could see like you would probably like baking that's more intuitive, like maybe not cakes, but like maybe if you take like a croissant, like a pre-made croissant dough or something, and like bake that and then cut it and then make a sandwich out of it, bake it again like with like almond paste or like something savory with like cheese and something. And I count that as baking too, like baby steps. Okay, and before I forget, I'm making the color for, actually I don't know if this is enough yet. I'm actually using turmeric because I'm out of yellow food gel coloring, and I'm trying to make like a yellowy orange color for the cookie dough. I might not have added enough though. Tell us about your favorite recipe and who oops. That's okay, I'm gonna roll it back into the cookie. Who inspired to enjoy it? My favorite cookie. I have a few actually. My favorite, like the first thing that comes to my head is like two things, but I know I definitely have like many. Like the first one would be cream puff. I have a cream puff recipe I haven't written for my blog yet, but I love cream puffs, especially the ones that have like a cookie crispy top. So good, and my husband loves it too. I try not to make it too often though, because it's a bit of a process. Also because I feel like I would just keep eating it. But I love cream puffs. It's just something about it, like custards and like that, the creamy custard part and the texture of the crispy cream puffs is just so good together. The other one is like bread recipes, milk bread. If you've ever had it, it's just so like soft. And the soft, slightly sweet, buttery ones are my favorite. And when I figured out how to make it fresh, I also still haven't written that on my blog, actually. There's just so much to write. That's why I have to start with the easy ones first, because those take so much, like, time to write out, so that way, like, if you were reading it, you can do it successfully. And I don't want to just write whatever, and then if the instructions aren't clear, and it's, like, hard to understand and stuff, because I can understand because, you know, I wrote it. But, I feel like it would just be too hard to write that right away. So I'm starting with like easier ones like cookies first that take about 30 minutes to an hour. I'm like looking for my red food color because I kind of feel like this should be a little bit more orange. But yeah, those would be the two that come to my mind. Like obviously cookies and cakes are my favorite too. I would say Earl Grey and like matcha cookies would be the next thing. Those are actually on my blog if you want to look at it, sparklecookery.com. Yes, I'm making sugar cookies. If you did not know and you just came in, I don't know. Do you think this color could work? I guess we can make it yellow. I feel like I need a little bit of red though to make it like more orange. This doesn't look right for me. That's gonna bother me if it's not orange. So let's go get my red food coloring. Where did I even put it? I don't even remember. Oh, here it is. Coolio. Alrighty. Had to take you on a little adventure with me because that was gonna bother me. I was like, I need it to be a little bit more orange. Otherwise, that's not a calico. You are not talking to yourself, we're listening to you. Oh, thank you. That makes me feel better because I was like, am I getting used to like talking to myself? Is that weird? Like, that was my goal, to be able to talk to my camera like more naturally, like I'm talking to a friend in like FaceTime, but I don't want to become like a weirdo or something. Oh, why is this not coming out? I just need a little bit. What? Oh, okay. I think that's good. That's good. Need the cream puff recipe. Hi, Michelle. Yes, I know. I need to write that out because I feel like it's such a good. I don't want to say fail proof because cream puffs do have a lot to do with like technique and just timing. But I do feel like ever since I kind of like tweaked it, and like bread flour actually I realized is a big important thing for making cream puffs. Like I don't think you have to use bread flour, but I think it helped in that I never really have messed up cream puffs anymore because of the protein percentage in it. It helps with drying it out fast enough so that way when you take it out of the oven it doesn't deflate. I don't want to go too far into it because first of all, we're recipe testing sugar cookies, and because I feel like I'm gonna lose my train of thought with these if I keep talking about the cream puffs. But yes, I do have to write it out, hopefully before the end of the year. But right now I'm working on cookies to post on my blog, just because it's like easier to write out first to get things like going on my blog. I have about 30 recipes, 100 published recipes by the end of the year is my goal. So, where am I from? I am in New York City. I'm a pastry artist in New York City. Oh my god, it's coming out orange. Perfect. Her Earl Grey cookie recipe is bomb diggy. Thank you, Brianna. I know I have to make you more next time. Turmeric powder is not a good alternative for food coloring because turmeric powder taste will dominate in cookies. You're right. I usually don't do... Actually, does it smell like anything? I guess turmeric powder you don't really smell. It does have like an earthy flavor, and I normally wouldn't do that. But this time, since the cookies are just for me, it's not a big deal because I actually like... I don't know if you've ever had it. It's like milk with turmeric and a little bit of honey. I think they call it like golden milk latte or something. It's actually really good, so I don't mind that. If you don't like the taste of like spices like turmeric in your cookies, like don't obviously do that. You can just use like food coloring instead. But just because I ran out of oh my god, the cocoa powder dust storm. I ran out of yellow food coloring, so I just had to make do with what I had, which was a bunch of turmeric powder that my aunt gave me. So we're just making it work. It's a tip for people who don't already like if you have turmeric powder, you can use that. If you don't like the taste of it, don't use it. Oh my god, I almost put in the wrong cookie dough. I'm trying to make the darker color one. But yeah, you're right though. Like, it's not a good alternative if you don't like the taste of it. If you don't mind it, it's not a big deal because I'm only using a little bit as a coloring for the cookie head anyway. Okay, let's not pour that because I'm kind of clumsy and I feel like this is gonna end up everywhere. Let's use a spoon. I have morning sun. It's actually not. It's a sunset, and I think I'm in that like in between golden hour, which is so cute. What? Why can't I get this? I'm gonna use black cocoa powder because I have extra to make like the darker calico color. I'm using a spoon because I know being clumsy, I'm gonna like drop it everywhere if I don't do that. I usually don't love making cookies because I find it to be messy. I tend to burn or bake them, but your Earl Grey recipe is chef's kiss. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Michelle. What cookies are you making that you find it messy? Because I actually feel like, I kind of get it too, though. If it's like the cookies that are, you have to, I got cocoa powder on the table, you see? If I didn't use a spoon, I feel like it would have been worse. I mean, it's okay because it's only a little bit, but I didn't expect it to be like splattered here. You probably can't see it in the camera. What was I saying? Oh, some cookie recipes, like if you have to whip the butter and the sugar together, like cream it to make it light and fluffy, those can get kind of messy. And I realized, like, as I was talking to my friends who don't really bake, is that they don't all have mixers. And I feel like so many recipes are based around the fact, like they assume that you have stand mixers, which I realize not everyone owns, or like pulling them out. And I realized that I think some cookies shouldn't be that complicated. Those are one of the things I feel like they don't need to be that serious. And I realized that it was just easier if you can just melt the butter. Also for myself, sometimes I get too lazy to like pull out my mixer for, I just want like 6 cookies and I don't want to have to pull out my mixer for that. Especially when I want to quickly bake it for like to gift it to friends and stuff. So that's why I started trying to develop recipes that were like more for like you just melt the butter in the microwave or the stovetop. And then you can make the cookie dough and then bake it in like 30-ish minutes. And then that's it. Cookie. There you go. You got cookies. I do want to slowly work my way up to creating like more like fun, complicated recipes. But like while I am working on the smaller ones first, like easier ones, and then work my way up to the more complicated ones, I feel like it'll also help my readers start small and then grow their baking confidence, so that way you also learn that baking is fun and approachable at the same time, while I'm learning how to teach people how to bake and write my recipes at the same time for my blog. And if you're coming in later, I'm recipe testing. I keep forgetting to say that inside because I'm literally recipe testing rolled sugar cookie dough for my blog, and I'm making them cat-shaped. They're gonna be calico. Okay, so I have my colors: orange, brownish black. I'm gonna take the half cookie dough that I had portioned out. And where did I put my rolling pin? Oh, here. I like to use, I don't know what these are called. Like, it's a rolling pin, but it's the type that's not wood. It's plastic, I think. Or polycarbonate. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I'm not going to try to assume what it is. It's a rolling pin that's not wood because it doesn't have... I feel like wooden ones have indents in them over time. And when you try to wash them, sometimes they can warp from like liquid, humidity, or whatever. So this is the type of rolling pin I love to have on hand. It's a little bit small for cookie dough, but it's fine. We'll just make like a smaller batch. And there's nothing wrong with the wooden ones. I just prefer these for fondant, like when I'm cake decorating, or for cookies. It's easier to clean. And it won't get like weird indentations in whatever dough I'm rolling out. And these, in case you didn't know, is like markers for where I want, like how thick I want the cookie dough. I don't really have to have these, but I like to have them so I know that the cookie dough will be like even. Okay, since I'm using the markers, I'm just gonna make it a little bit less. And that way it'll kind of like stop at the thickness I want. I still have like food coloring in my hand. It'll stop at the thickness I want without me guessing. I just feel like it's super helpful. In case that helps anyone else that's interested in getting it. It's, I think, where is this from? Is it from Wilton's cake decorating stuff? I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. I've had it for so many years now. I mean, that's also proof. Like, I've had it for so many years and it's still in like really good condition. Obviously, if you like drop it or you drop a knife on it or whatever, it'll probably mark and stuff. It's not bulletproof or anything, but it definitely doesn't dent as easily as the wooden ones I have. Bow is like falling forward because I keep looking down. Okay, flour table surface. Dust a little bit of flour on my sugar cookie dough. I am recipe testing rolled sugar cookie dough. I'm recipe testing rolled sugar cookie dough for my blog. That felt like a tongue twister. Okay. I feel like my dough is a little bit soft. So while I work on this one, I'm gonna put the other one in my fridge. Found like a random spot for it for now. Your hair color is gorgeous. Oh, thank you. This is my favorite color so far that I've done. I think I'm gonna just keep it this color. My hairstylist did a great job. Amazing as always. And I forgot the brand of color that I use. It used to be Manic Panic, but she gave me like a different one. And it's definitely like a darker-ish blue color. How are the cats? They're good. They're sleeping right now because it's like their nap time before dinner. Is it dinner time? It's almost dinner time for them, actually. They're just sleeping and they're leaving me alone right now, so that's why I'm doing this live while I can. Okay, I rolled it out a little bit. And then I think I'm gonna start taking my color. I'm gonna take a little bit of this one and a little bit of that one. Make them into little teeny tiny dough balls. I'm gonna just drop them randomly. And then I'm gonna just drop them randomly so that way when I roll them, it's gonna roll onto the dough and then give me that kind of calico look. I think I'm gonna press it down too, just so it stays in place. I feel like this is like too bright orange now, but that's okay. I'm gonna just roll with it. Okay. I feel like I could just put a little bit more everywhere. More or less, kind of see it. I did this before, but it's been a little bit, so just want to make sure this looks cute because I'm live and that would be bad if it looks ugly online. Hi, Pauline. I'm making rolled sugar. I'm recipe testing rolled sugar cookie dough. And I'm making them cat head shaped in calico colors. Right now I'm just doing the colors for the dough. I feel like this is good. It's kind of looking like a polka dot right now. I'm gonna add a little bit more because I just want to make sure like the cat heads get all the colors as I can. Okay, should I add a little bit more? I feel like I don't want too many white spots. I'm gonna add a little bit more, just so it looks more like polka dots, I guess. Okie dokie. All right, I'm almost there. All right, I think this is good. This looks good. Kind of happy with how I feel like when I roll it out, it'll look like more calico-y colors. I am recipe testing rolled sugar cookie dough, and I'm making them into cat head shapes, and they're gonna look like calico cats. Usually I would work with a little like cookie dough that's a little bit more chilled, but since I'm doing it live, it won't entirely be shell, but it's fine because I'm gonna cut them. And then I'm gonna, oops, that's a little too much flour. And then I'm gonna put it into a fridge for a bit and then work on the other dough. So that way it has some time to chill and it'll be ready for baking. I'm actually gonna take out the markers on those. Usually I would use them, but since I'm making cookie dough, I feel like I need like all the surface area on this little rolling pin as again. Okay, yeah, I can already see that I need more flour on the table. Should be enough. Roll it out. Okay, let's make sure it's sticking to the table again. Okay, it's looking really cute. I feel like I should have rolled it out a little earlier before I got to this part, but that's fine. Because I feel like the little colors could have been more rolled out. Let me roll out a little bit more and hopefully it doesn't make it too thin. I think this is a good thickness though. Just make sure it's not sticking on the table still because that's very important. Yeah, not sticking. Okay. Roll out a little bit more. Right. Then let me see. All this flour off my hand. I have my cookie tray here. And now I'm going to use my cat head cookie cutter. And I'm going to cut the cookie. Moment of truth. I feel like I should have put more colors on it because then I could have gotten every part of the cake, but that's okay. We're just gonna work with what I got. I feel like I also have to kind of maneuver it to make sure I get the colors in the right places. Oh my god, it's so cute! Oh, I almost broke it. Can you see it? It's so cute. Can you see it? Damn it. Usually I love the golden hour glow, but I feel like the sun is like working against me right now. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I should have put more colors actually on this. Can I do it now? No, it's a little too late. Let's not mess with it because I feel like I'll make it worse. I just have to maneuver the spots to be where I want it to be. Oh my god, it's so cute! For people who are coming in later, I'm recipe testing rolled sugar cookie dough for my blog, and I'm making them calico cat head shapes. And I'm at the cutting process right now, and it's so cute. Like, look at it, look at it closer. Adorable. I love how they're coming out. Honestly, I have good feelings about this recipe. I've done this before, but like I used like half melted butter this time without creaming it, so that was like my goal, because I didn't want to have to, like, I didn't want this recipe to be something that you had to use a mixer for. and I have high hopes for it right now. It's looking so cute. Okay, I would say it is a bit tedious, but I think it's only because I'm doing like calico shapes. I think I just made it like more complicated than it needs to be, but you know what? Kitty goals. It's fine. There's like this weird cat like color here. I don't know how to. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. This will work. I'll show you like my tray when I put them all onto my baking tray. It's so cute. I ripped the parchment really weird though, so it's like all crinkly, so I'm hoping that doesn't affect the cookies. But they shouldn't really spread, so I'm gonna put them a little bit closer on my tray. Okay, and then I'm gonna continue cutting them out. Maybe I should stop overthinking it and just cut them where I see the colors. Ah! So in case you're coming in later, I am making rolled sugar cookie. I'm recipe testing this for my blog. It's rolled sugar cookie dough, and it's meant to be like used for making cutout shapes. And today I am making calico cookie heads. That sounds a little bit weird when I say it like that, but okay. All right, I'm gonna stop overthinking this and just like find the colors and press to it. I feel like I'm trying to make these perfect, that it's like super slow, but it's because they're so cute. I want them to look really cute. All right, that's gonna be a really weird cat. You know, I'm gonna leave that side. All right, let's do this cat. Oh no, I cut off his cheek by accident. It's not very obvious though. I don't know if you can see it. It's just a little bit on the side here. Yeah, I think next time I'm gonna put a little bit more of the colors on. I feel like I would have a more colorful cat if I did that. Okay, I have to use my rubber spatula for the center because I guess I didn't put enough flour on the table for this part. But they're so cute. I love them. My little calico cookie heads. Ah, I can't even show you like this. They're really hard to show you, but I'll show you at the end when I put them all on my tray. But I keep wanting to show you while I'm doing them. I think the really fun thing about doing this, like specifically the calico shape, is that like it they don't all look the same, which is like the fun thing about cats too. Like their patterns are always different. So I feel like these cookies are very true to cats in real life. Like they all have different patterns. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it now. Oh, oh no! I said that and I just cut off his chin. That's okay. Once you have your 100 recipes by the end of the year, I'll be using them for my holiday parties. Timing will be, you know what? That's so true. And that's honestly why I'm even working on this recipe too, because I want to have it written for the end of the year, like Christmas time. So thank you, Michelle. Oh no, this cookie is stuck. All right, we're fine. We're all good. This one's looking a little bit weird. I'm gonna try to finish it to take a picture of it because there's like this golden hour glow on it. That's so cute. I wonder if you can see it actually. Maybe I could show you. I want to show you what the cookies look. Can I turn this camera around? Look at them! Aren't they so cute? This one's a little bit weird. Just ignore this one. I don't know what happened. I like tried to put the color on top of the cookie dough and then cut it out, but then I realized it was a really weird placement. And it just, you know what? They're unique in a different way. So it's fine. But everything else, like, look at it. Look at that golden hour glow on them. So cute. And this is what my table looks like now. It's like a little messy. Because I'm trying, like, you see what I mean? Where, like, you have to kind of maneuver the cookie cutter so it cuts out in specific spots. But yeah, I should have put more spots on. I think the next batch, I'm going to do a little bit more. But, you know, c'est la vie, lesson learned. Right now, they still look really cute right now, though. So we're going to roll with that. And will you draw faces on them when I'm done? Yes, I do want to use melted chocolate to put, like, eyes, a little nose, whiskers, a little mouth on them. I feel like that would be so cute. I did it for Christmas. And I'm hoping it works out again because I did this recipe a little bit differently. That's why I'm recipe testing today with these. So I'm really excited about them. Oh my god, my phone is dying. Okay. See, I just put the charger on, so hopefully this stays. Will this stay? Will this stay with my charger on? Alright, no, it's not staying. Guess I'll have to end here tonight. I didn't realize that my phone was dying. So let me just end my live here because it's gonna die in the middle of all this. And I will take pictures. I think I'll go live again probably tomorrow, like after I decorate these, and then I'll show you like how it looks when I put how I put the eyes on. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. But for now, I will end it here tonight because my phone is dying and my charger is not letting me put my phone back on the mount, and it's just going to be like this. You're just going to be looking at my ceiling. So, but thank you for coming to my random live for tonight. And I think I'll figure out a different time for the next one when I put the faces on. I think it'll be fun if you want to see that. So I'll figure that out. Thank you for coming today. See you next time. Bye-bye.